Stay here. Listen. Answer me while you can still feel this moment. My child, I want to speak to you honestly now about what your silence has been costing you. Not to accuse you, not to burden you with guilt, but to help you see clearly what has been slipping away quietly while you waited, postponed, and told yourself there would be time later. This is not about punishment. It is about consequence, and there is a difference born out of love. Silence does not announce what it takes from you. It does not arrive loudly or violently. It removes things gently, almost kindly, so you barely notice at first. You do not wake up one day and realize peace is gone. You simply feel a little more restless than before. You do not suddenly lose clarity. You just feel a little more unsure, a little more confused, a little more tired of deciding. This is how delay works. It does not break you all at once. It slowly drains what was meant to sustain you. Your silence has been costing you peace. Not the kind of peace that depends on circumstances, but the deep inner steadiness that comes from alignment. There were moments when peace was close, when relief was available, when rest could have settled in. But silence kept you moving instead of resting. It kept you managing instead of releasing. And so peace remained nearby but unreceived, like a gift left unopened because you were too busy to stop. Your silence has also been costing you clarity. Clarity grows where honesty lies. When you delay answering, delay listening, delay responding, your thoughts multiply without direction. Questions pile up without resolution. You begin to doubt what you once sensed clearly. You second-guess your own intuition. You tell yourself you are confused, when in truth, you are simply unheard by yourself and by me. Silence allows confusion to take root where clarity once waited patiently. Sensitivity had been another quiet loss. Sensitivity to my voice. Sensitivity to your own needs. Sensitivity to when something is misaligned. At first, you felt small nudges easily. You noticed discomfort quickly. You sensed when something needed attention. But repeated silence teaches the heart to turn down its volume. What once felt urgent now feels distant. What once stirred you now barely registers. This is not because you became bad or faithless. It is because the heart adapts to what it practices. I want you to understand this gently. You did not lose sensitivity because I stopped speaking. You lost it because listening was postponed too often. Sensitivity grows through response. It weakens through avoidance. And the cost of weakened sensitivity is not dramatic failure, but repetition. You have been repeating cycles that could have ended sooner. Same emotions resurfacing. Same exhaustion returning. Same questions circling without answers. Same longing rising and being put down again. Progress feels slow not because you are incapable, but because silence keeps resetting you to the same starting point. When response is delayed, lessons repeat. When awareness is postponed, growth takes longer than it needs to. This is not punishment. I need you to hear that clearly. Punishment is imposed. Consequence unfolds. I do not punish you for silence, but silence carries its own weight. When you do not address what needs attention, it does not disappear. It waits. And waiting things tend to return louder, heavier, more insistent. I see how tired you are of repeating yourself internally. Tired of promising yourself change and feeling stuck. Tired of cycles that feel familiar but draining. Silence has kept you circling instead of moving forward. Not because you were incapable of progress, but because progress requires engagement. It requires response. There were moments when a simple response could have shifted direction gently. A pause, an honest prayer, a willingness to stop and feel. Those moments passed quietly, not because I withdrew them, but because silence moved you past them. And each missed moment added a little more weight to your journey. I am not saying this to overwhelm you. I am saying it to bring understanding. Understanding breaks cycles. Shame keeps them alive. You do not need to punish yourself for the cost of silence. You need to see it clearly so you do not continue paying it. Your silence has also cost you ease. Life has felt harder than it needed to be. Not because your path was wrong, but because you have been carrying things longer than required. You held burdens meant to be released. You carried questions meant to be answered. You endured confusion meant to be clarified. Silence made you strong, but strength without rest becomes strain. I watched you push through days when relief was available. I watched you normalize heaviness that was never meant to become familiar. I watched you tell yourself this is just how life is now. And I want you to know something important. It does not have to be this heavy. Consequences are not condemnation. They are information. They show you what needs attention. The cost you feel now is not proof that you failed. It is proof that something needs to change. And change is still possible. Silence has taken peace, clarity, sensitivity, and momentum, but it has not taken your future. It has not taken my love. It has not taken the possibility of restoration. Those things are still here, but they require response to be received. I am revealing this to you now not to make you feel regret, but to help you stop the quiet losses from continuing. Awareness restores what silence weakened. One honest response can begin to return peace. One moment of listening can sharpen clarity again. One choice to stop avoiding can restore sensitivity. You may feel sadness as you hear this. Let it be clean sadness, not heavy shame. Sadness that leads to closeness, not distance. Sadness that says, I see now, not I failed. Seeing is the beginning of healing. I am not keeping a record against you. I am not measuring how much was lost. I am focused on what can still be restored. Right, amen. I trust you completely. Lord, if surrendering to Him brings peace, and share this video.